book friends, I'm Allie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I wrapped up in December. So first I've got a book that I actually started in November and then finished at the second week of December, I think, and that is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I gave this 5 stars. I loved this book. I love the plot. I love the story building, in the world building in this story is just so incredible, and the magic system is just so intriguing. I love the characters. The characters win over your heart, and the ending, it packs a punch, and then it completely pulls back and hits you again, and then it wraps up, and it's just amazing. And if you like high fantasy and you haven't read Mistborn, I highly recommend that you check this out because Brandon Sanderson is an excellent writer. The second book I finished in December, I actually started in October, and then I had to put it down for a couple weeks because I was busy, and then I picked it back up, and that's Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I also loved this book. I gave this 5 stars. I love that it was a creepy house story. I love haunted house stories, and I felt like the plot of this book just absorbs you, and you get so entwined in wanting to know the house's history and what happened for real, because you don't know what's real and what isn't and what's going on, and it's just so good, and I love the way that it wrapped up. I thought that it was fantastic, and I am looking forward to rereading this. And I just found out, if you have the normal copy of this book, that it glows in the dark. So if you happen to want to read this, I highly recommend picking up the hardback copy from your nearest bookstore, because it probably glows in the dark. I need to go get another copy of it now because I'm so excited about the fact that the cover glows in the dark. I just want to get it again and read it with a book light so I can enjoy it for all its glowiness. The third book that I finished in December was actually an audiobook, but I got the physical copy a few weeks into the month, and I'm in the process of rereading it now, actually, and that is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This book was so cute. I gave it 4 stars. I had a really great time reading it. I thought that the aspect of the story where you go back in time and then she plays it forward was so much fun. I like the fact that in this one, that it's not just repeating the same day over and over again. It's repeating the whole entire time period, and then every time something gets messed up, she starts over. And I thought that was a really neat twist on the whole Groundhog Day aspect, and I think that this story, if you're looking for a sweet rom-com that is holiday-centric, then you should definitely check this out because it is so cute. The next book I finished is actually a children's book, but it is a little bit longer for a children's book, and that is Pirate Stew by Neil Gaiman. It's illustrated by Chris Riddle, or Rydell. It came out the first day of December, I think, and I got this for Christmas. This book is so cute. The illustrations are so much fun. I think that I gave this 5 stars. I really had no complaints with it, but it's just one of those books that's fantastic to read to your kids at bedtime, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the rhyming of it. I enjoyed that the pirates are babysitters, that they're making a pirate stew. Just everything about this book is super cute and super fun, and if you haven't checked this book out and you like Neil Gaiman, I highly recommend it to read as a bedtime story or just to read for fun because it's just a really cute book. The next book that I actually started and finished in December is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. And this is a Sherlock Holmes and Watson retelling, except that it is the descendants of Sherlock Holmes and Watson. It is about a girl named Charlotte Holmes and her friend Jamie Watson, and they have a murder that takes place on their school campus that they're on. I think they're at a boarding school, and they are basically framed for it, and it's the Sherlock Holmes stories are playing out, and they are the ones who are accused of doing these things, and it's just a really, really fun book. I gave this 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 books. I went ahead and got them because I liked this one so much. It is kind of cheesy, I'll give it that. It is kind of a cheesy story, but if you like a cheesy detective story that has very eccentric characters and very fun storytelling, then this is a really fun book, and you should definitely check it out, because it was one that was very reminiscent of Sherlock Holmes, and I'm a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes, so I really enjoyed kind of getting a modern take on the Sherlock Holmes stories, and I think that Brittany Cavallaro did a really good job of giving that Sherlock Holmes feel to it, and just the fact that they are descendants of the original Holmes and Watson, and the fact that they are kind of living up to their ancestors' names, and just everything about it was just a really fun ride. The last two books that I read in December were both rereads, as a matter of fact, and that is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares and The 12 Days of Dash and Lily. I gave both of these 5 stars. I know some people don't like the second one, but the first one is about a girl who leaves a journal in a bookstore with dares in it, and this boy finds them, and then they start writing dares back and forth. It takes place in New York City during Christmas. And the second one is about Dash and Lily, and Lily's going through some depression and trying to like figure out who she is, and trying to like come to terms with life in a pretty big way. So I feel like this one is a bit more heavy, but it also takes place around Christmas, and I think that the character building is phenomenal. I think that these characters are just so heartwarming, and the fact that they like pick each other up and keep going and work hard to show each other how much they care, it's just all so down to earth, and I felt like this is a very real story, and that's why I like it a lot. I know a lot of people missed like the fun whimsy of the first book, but this second book is just so real, and I love that about that. So both of these are fantastic. This series is so good, and it's on Netflix now. So if you do read these and you like them, you can watch the next Netflix show. Or if you watch the Netflix show and you like it, you might like to read the first book. So these are the books that I read in December, and I was really happy with the amount that I was able to read in December. All of these were fantastic books. I gave all of these really high ratings. I can't say that I have a complaint about any of these books. I want to reread all of them again because they're fantastic. If you've read any of these and you'd like to chat about them, drop me a comment down below. What's a book that you really enjoyed during the month of December? Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.